Alright guys, thanks for coming back. So, I just filmed a video on the WE Knives eschaton, this interesting piece here. Now we're jumping into the Zeta. And it's a two-part because both knives are prototypes here, not due out until the end of 2017. They're both at the $300 price point. And they're both from the same designer, Elijah Isham. So, you know, this is the more reserved, more streamlined design of the two that he's doing with WE Knives, but certainly one that deserves some attention. So this is the Zeta. Beautiful Persian style knife, still carries that kind of very futuristic theme, but again, very streamlined and toned down as compared to the eschaton here. So when I was posting pictures on Instagram and stuff, Elijah sent me a message. He's like, hey man, you're posting a lot of this one, but you haven't done too much of the Zeta. Do you not like it? And I was like, no man, it's a cool knife, but this is like a pretty girl in high school, you know, and this is like her hot older sister. So, you know, your attention just kind of drifts to one over the other. But we're going to take a look at the Zeta in this video, make sure we give it its due attention. So, WE Knife collaboration. Another minor change that you'll see from this prototype to the actual production run, that will be that the star hardware here will be replaced with standard Torx pivots. So if that's something that you've been waiting for, rejoice. Alright, specs. 3.9 inch blade, 4.9 inch handle, 8.5 inches overall. Weight is around 4 ounces. Handle thickness, 0.54 inches. I'll show you that in just a sec. Here's the pair 2. Pretty close, but obviously you've got kind of an upswept Persian versus the, you know, the pair 2 kind of going down at a negative angle. So, yeah. Thickness. Again, the thickness is 0.54 inches on the Zeta. It does say, obviously, Isham Zenata. And this one has that glorious prototype printed on the inside and a gold coloration that matches the handles. Tastefully done. I would love to take this one away from Elijah. Absolutely. So, yeah. Alright, handle materials, again, carbon fiber, titanium, does use bearings, of course. The stop pin is integrated into the blade and runs along an internal track. Blade steel is M390, so pulling all the stops with, at least with this model, a lot of their other models lately, but flipper, we have a thumb hole, there's the pocket clip, small, short, fairly low profile, or deep carry, I'm sorry, and kind of got this interesting blue coloration throughout the back spacer and the pocket clip. Man, this thing's smooth. So, overall impressions, again, a lot more streamlined, a lot more, I don't know, refined, a lot more EDC friendly potentially than his, you know, other kind of crazy out there designs. I think it's a great looking design. I think it has some nice lines. I think the handle, the, you know, kind of separation of titanium to carbon fiber transitions into this beautiful Persian. A lot of thought went into the lines and the design in this one. Ergos are very good. Obviously you kind of have a thinner handle here at the back. You have a forward guard created by this, I don't know, kind of choil of sorts. And it's comfortable in my extra large hands. Get a nice solid grip on it. This one is done in a flat grind, almost full flat. Obviously you have the cutout here for the thumb hole, but pretty thin behind the edge. I mean, it's definitely a slicer. So anyhow, I guess that's it for kind of the specs. I like it. It's a nice design. The fit and finish is excellent. The action is incredibly smooth. The flipper tab is not the most comfortable flipper tab. It does require a completely different technique where you have to use your finger. Let's try that again. So, it does take some getting used to. It's not a flipper tab where you're going to sit there and like fidget with it. If you want to, you know, kind of sit there and fidget with this knife, you're going to use, you know, the thumb hole here, so you can roll it open, you can flick it open. with your middle finger, or just use your thumb. So anyways, I really like the thumb hole opening more so than the flipper tab, but the flipper tab does disappear completely into the handle of the knife. So that's really what he was going for. Again, a little bit more form than function on the flipper tab, but the rest of the knife combines the two in perfect harmony. So that's my overall impressions. Let's give you guys an up-close look here at this knife. A nice little swedge running across the top. Lots of great belly on this Persian style knife. I'm a huge Persian fan, going back to the Benchmade Bedlam, the Spyderco Lacy Zabo folder. I've had numerous others. I probably have some other ones. You have a sharpening notch there, and the sharpened edge pretty much lines up with where the frame meets, so fixed angle system, a little bit behind but close. Should make it a little bit easier with some of those fixed angle systems. But the mating here between the carbon fiber and the titanium is quite impressive. So it almost caps it on top. Well, it does cap it on top. Then look at the lines. And this one does incorporate a bolster lock with a, kind of an inset stainless steel liner of sorts here. But looks obviously very, very nice in the closed position. It mirrors the show side very well. So very cool. A lot of great symmetry between the lock side and the show side. Again, one more look at his blade here, and this one is incredibly smooth. It's pretty much a guillotine. You just have to get your fingers out of the way. Some of you guys love that. Some of you guys don't. Again, sometimes I struggle with the under the camera, at least with that thumb hole, but the middle finger flick is just so perfect with this cutout here in the blade. So, anyways. I think I already mentioned the price. Again, $300. Availability will be at the end of 2017. Really like this model. I think it's very attractive. I hope they bring out in some other colors too, aside from the gold. I don't know, maybe blue, maybe just a standard. Well, I don't know if a standard titanium would look good with the blade here. Maybe, maybe not. But anyways, cool model, great design. I love what Elijah's been doing lately. I'll put links to obviously his Instagram in the description box below, because he's someone who is definitely worth checking out. So we're going to bring in the kind of the hot older sister here again for a second look at some of his designs from Wii. I did do a video on the Kaiser Megatherium, which a lot of you guys really seemed to like, because you kept asking me when that knife was going to come out. And thank God it's out, so you can stop asking me. So anyways, cool designer. A lot of great collaborations going on. A lot of companies are picking up his designs, so people must be buying it if there's that much interest. So anyhow, we'll leave it there. Thanks again to Elijah for letting me borrow these. Thanks guys for watching. Many more videos to come. I have a fairly large queue at this point, so stay tuned and take care.